That is the field before the lines and bases are put down. The grounds crew performs the same ritual for every game on every field, laying chalk lines, putting down bases, mowing the outfield. It's as timeless as the game itself, and it's all in anticipation of two words: play ball.
And here we are close to the first pitch between Moncks Corner and Midland. Midland will bat first. This is how they'll line up. Jacob Glabus, the pitcher, leads off. Noah Pegas at shortstop bats second. Addison Kegler at second base hits third. Kane Williams in center field bats cleanup. Shane Hanna, the catcher, bats fifth. Ty Bennett, the first baseman, hits sixth. Cale Brock at third base hits seventh. Braxton Lawson over in left field hits eighth. And Bailey Boole in right field bats ninth. For Moncks Corner, Troy Reed is on the mound. His battery mate is Leonard Huxford. And this is the way Moncks Corner will line up defensively in the outfield, left to right. It's Reed Driggers, McCray Driggers, and Nicholas Dean. Around the infield, third to first, Shane Rush, Gavin Edens, Dylan Law, and David LaSalle.
We will announce pitch counts in between innings.
And just as in the first game, these pitchers are on a maximum pitch count of 105. Pitch count's very important. We don't want to see these young men hurt their arms, as happens a lot with some of these younger players in baseball. So if they throw greater than 45 pitches, they have to sit out 30 hours. Greater than 75 pitches, it's a mandatory 40-hour rest. So these pitchers and pitches under close watch. So here we go. Jacob Glabus stands in, and he will lead off for Midland. Troy Reed gets his sign. He is into the wide, and the pitch is outside for ball one. We're underway in the second game this afternoon from Oscar Frazier Park in Bluffton, South Carolina. And now 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Glabus. And that's in the dirt for ball 3, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Jacob Glabus. Troy Reed into the wide, and the pitch on the way. That one's in there for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Our umpires we had for the first game have switched places, so Gary Center is calling the balls and strikes, and Perry Funny is out on the base paths. That's ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for Midland as Glabus trots down to first. That'll bring up Noah Pegas. Pegues, excuse me. The pronunciation is Noah Pegues. A runner going, and that is hit and off the glove of the second baseman. And instead of a possible double play, it's no outs and 2 runners on for Midland. That's an E4.
Now batting number 5, Addison Kegler.
Addison Kegler now the batter, and Midland has the first 2 men aboard. A walk and an error. Kegler stands in, and he takes ball 1. Just underway in the top of the first. There's no score between Midland and Moncks Corner. Reed gets his sign, and the pitch on the way to the plate's in there for a strike, and the count's 1-1. We have a full week, or at least a full 5 days of baseball coming your way. 2 tournaments, simultaneous tournaments, the Dixie Junior Boys and the Dixie Boys here at Oscar Frazier Park in the heart of Bluffton, South Carolina. For Midland, runners lead off first and second. The pitch is in there for a strike, and the count 1 and 2 strikes to Addison Keegler, the second baseman for Midland. Troy Reed again ready. He comes set, brings it to the plate. Runner goes from second. The throw over to third is not going to be in time, and that gives the runner from first a chance to move up to second. So now a couple of men in scoring position for Midland. And a 2 2 strike count to Addison Keegler. Jacob Glabus reached with a leadoff walk. Noah Pegues reached on an error by the second baseman. They now stand at second and third, and that pitch is hit toward third, and it kicks foul just in front of the bag. And we'll do it again. The count's still 2-2 to Addison Keegler. Reed again ready. The pitch to the plate is hit to third. Third baseman looks the runner back to third, throws on to first. Was he called safe? Safe at first. The throw to first pulls the first baseman off the bag. Midland with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the first. Kane Williams now the batter. So what's that, an E5? So a walk and a couple of errors have loaded the bases. And Kane Williams a chance to give Midland the lead as Troy Reed's first pitch is way outside for ball 1. And the count now 2-0. And that's inside ball 3, 3-0. Moncks Corner plays their infield in at short and third, and basically medium depth at second and first. The 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4, and that forces a run in. It's 1-0 Midland. Give Kane Williams an RBI on the bases loaded walk and give Midland a 1-0 lead.
Now batting, number 7, Shane Hanna.
Bases remain loaded. There's still nobody out. Shane Hanna now the batter. And there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 1-0 Midland. They've done all this without benefit of a hit. Pitch on the way is popped up on the infield. Second baseman calls for it, and he puts it away for the first out. Runners stay put, and that's the first out here in the top of the first.
Now batting, number 24, Ty Bennett.
Ty Bennett now the batter. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 in for Midland. They lead Moncks Corner 1-0. And that pitch is hit into left center field. Left fielder comes on, dives, falls, makes the catch, and it's going to be a double play as the throw back to second is in time. Could have been a whole lot worse for Moncks Corner here in the top of the first. Midland scores 1, and that takes us to the bottom of the first. With the score of Midland 1, Moncks Corner coming to bat. You're watching the Dixie Junior Boys live right here on the County Channel. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first. Moncks Corner with some great damage control in the top of the first. Midland scores 1 run. They could have gotten a lot more, and Moncks Corner comes to bat down 1-0. Garen Edens, Troy Reed, and McCrae Driggers the first 3. And they'll be facing Jacob Glabus, who's on the mound for Midland. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Garen Edens, the shortstop for Moncks Corner. Glabus into the wind. The pitch on the way is ball 2, 2-0. And Garen Edens, Troy Reed, McCrae Driggers. The first 3, Leonard Huxford, Shane Rush, Dylan Law. The middle 3, Reed Driggers, David LaSalle, and Nicholas Dean round out the batting order from Moncks Corner. As Edens is now ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Defensively for Midland in the outfield, left to right, Braxton Lawson, Kane Williams, and Bailey Boole. Around the infield, third to first, Cale Brock, Noah Pegues, Addison Keegler, and Ty Bennett. Catching is Shane Hanna. And Jacob Glabus pitches. And he pitches ball 4 to Garen Edens, who trots down to first with a leadoff walk and a good start for Moncks Corner in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up the pitcher, Troy Reed, a very tall young man. 1-0 Midland, and Moncks Corner has the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first. These are 7-inning ball games. With the Ozone Tournament, they played 6 innings. These young men, the Dixie Junior boys and the Dixie boys, play 7. Pitch misses to Reed. 1 ball, no strikes. Edens gets a decent lead off first. Pitch to the plate, misses. And the count's 2-0. In the first game between North Augusta and Lexington, each of those teams seemed to run at will. There were more stolen bases and defensive indifferences that allowed runners to move up than I've seen in a game in a while. That's in there for a strike. The count's now 2-1 to Troy Reed. Gavin Edens leads off first. We didn't have any biographical info on Midland, but I do have some on Moncks Corner. Gavin Edens, his favorite food was Mexican. His favorite team's the Indians. His favorite movie is The Sandlot. We saw a lot of that in the last tournament. He runs at first, and now he goes. Throw down to seconds to the third base side. He's going to be in there safely. So give Gavin Edens a stolen base. And take the count to 3 balls and 1 strike to Troy Reed. Troy Reed's favorite food is baby back ribs. His favorite sports idol is Justin Ross. Favorite baseball team, the Atlanta Braves. When he grows up, he wants to be successful, and that's a good aspiration for anybody. And he takes ball 4, and the first 2 men reach for Moncks Corner in the bottom of the first. Back-to-back walks to Gavin Edens and Troy Reed. And now McCrae Driggers. McCrae Driggers enjoys cheeseburgers. He also likes the Atlanta Braves. His hobbies include weightlifting. Favorite sports idol is Deshaun Watson. Favorite movie is the Marvel Avengers Endgame. And he's down in the count, no balls and a strike. Glabus gets his sign. And the pitch on the way is in there for a strike, 0-2. Gavin Edens, the runner down at second. Troy Reed, the runner over at first. There is nobody out. Midland leads the game 1-0. Driggers digs back in, and he awaits the 0-2 pitch from Glavis, who gets his sign and brings it to the plate. Pops away from the catcher, and the runners are going to move up to second and third. So Moncks corner now with 2 men in scoring position. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count to McCray Driggers. One-two pitch on the way behind Driggers. And the count's now 2-2. Some of those pitches that sneak behind the batters, I think, are off-speed pitches that just curveballs mainly that don't have any bite. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's outside. Good stop by the catcher, and the count's now full, 3-2. So just as Moncks corner got in trouble in the top of the first, Midland in some trouble here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch on the way. Driggers stays alive. He fouls it back to the screen. The count stays 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is on the inside corner for a called third strike, and there's a big first out in the bottom of the first for Midland. Runners remain at second and third. Now there's 1 out. And Leonard Huxford, the batter, and a ball gets away, and the tying run's going to score for Moncks corner. Edens comes in to score on an errant throw to second base. Troy Reed moves over to third, so we're tied up 1-1. And Troy Reed becomes the runner at third with 1 out. I mentioned that a lot of these base runners, most of these base runners have been running at will here today, and maybe trying to hold these runners close cost Midland there. So the game's tied 1-1. Troy Reed leads from third, and there's a big swing and a miss. So Leonard Huxford, the catcher for Moncks corner. And now 2 balls and a strike, the count to Huxford. Reed leads off third. 2-1 pitch on the way to Huxford. Big swing and a foul at the plate. And the count's even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Huxford digs back in. Jacob Glavis with a long look in, gets the sign he wants, and brings it to the plate. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Leonard Huxford goes down on strikes. That's 2 outs in the inning. And that brings up Shane Rush.
Number 10, Shane Rush.
Game is tied 1-1. Troy Reed leads off third. And Shane Rush takes ball 1. Shane Rush likes steak and potatoes. Medea's Family Reunion, his favorite movie. Likes the Atlanta Braves. He wants to either play Major League Baseball or be a sports announcer like Chip Carey, who does play-by-play for the Atlanta Braves. Pitch is high and tight, and the count's 2-0. I started watching the Atlanta Braves about 1981. I saw Dale Murphy bat. I heard Skip Carey and Pete Van Wieren call the game, and from that second, I wanted to be a broadcaster. So don't give up on your dream, Shane Rush. You never know. As the count goes to 3-0 on Rush. I used to stand in front of the TV and announce with a hairbrush. That was my microphone. And I'll tell you, there's still hardly a bigger thrill than getting behind the microphone, whether it's here for the Dixie Boys or over at USCB where I do some announcing, and be able to do what I listen to the pros do for so long. There's a walk to Shane Rush. That puts runners on first and third and brings up Dylan Law to the plate. But first, Midland's coach with a conference on the mound. So runners first and third for Moncks Corner. They've tied the game, and now they try to take the lead, and that's a hit batsman. That is Dylan Law, and he didn't make a huge attempt to get out of the way of that. But that'll load the bases for Moncks Corner and bring up Reed Driggers. And I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to assume that McCray Driggers and Reed Driggers may be, if not twins, brothers. On top of things over here behind the microphone. We've had our official statistician check that they have different addresses, so maybe they're cousins. Or maybe they don't even like each other. Who knows? I'll have to ask them when the game's over. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tie game. As Reed Driggers bats with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike to Reed Driggers. 0-1 pitch on the way, off speed pitch, sneaks into the strike zone. The count's 0-2. And a chance for Jacob Glabus to get out of this. Just as Midland was able to wriggle out of a jam, Moncks Corner trying to do Midland trying to do the same thing Moncks Corner did as the pitch misses outside 1-2. Midland had the bases loaded. Moncks Corner able to get out of it in the top of the first. Now Moncks Corner with the bases loaded, and Midland trying to get out of it in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners get their leads off first, second, and third. Pitch on the way is on the outside corner. Seems like a generous call. Down on strikes goes Reed Driggers, and Moncks Corner leaves the bases loaded, so they'll have to settle for tying the game as we go to the top of the second. here at Oscar Frazier Park, the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament live on the Beaufort County Channel, and we'll be right back. We go to the top of the second inning in a tie game.
Number 10, Cale Brock.
Cale Brock leads off from Midland. Troy Reed still on the mound for Moncks Corner, and he delivers a strike, no balls and one strike. Cale Brock, Braxton Lawson, and Bailey Boole, the first three for Midland. And the count's now even, 1 ball, 1 strike on Cale Brock. One pitch on the way is outside. 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch on the way is hit toward third, fielded by the third baseman, who throws across to first. Did the first baseman keep his foot on the bag? He did, and that's 1 out. Good play by LaSalle over at first to keep his foot on the bag. That's 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Braxton Lawson.
Now batting number 3, Braxton Lawson.
Again, this is an elimination game, so the winner of this game moves on into the tournament, and the team that comes up short will unfortunately head home. We don't like to see any of these teams be eliminated, but that's the nature of this tournament. 1 ball, no strikes to Braxton Lawson. The pitch on the way is up high, ball 2. Troy Reed with his delivery on the mound almost telegraphs what's coming as that pitch is lined into right field on a hop. The throw to first on the force is close, and he's out. That was a great play by Moncks Corner. That was a line drive into right field, but the right fielder got into position on that. That's Nicholas Dean out there in right field. And he threw one to David LaSalle in time, and that's just an out. So it's 2 up and 2 down. And now Bailey Boole, the batter. Say that fast 5 times. Bailey Boole, the batter. Will Boole, the batter, reach on a bases on balls? Stay tuned. Counts 2-1. So some good defense by Moncks corner. It keeps Midland off the bases. As Reed's pitch goes all the way to the screen, the count now 3 balls and a strike. Three-run pitch on the way. Misses for ball 4, and the batter, Bailey Booles, reaches base on a bases on balls. And Midland has a 2-out base runner. Now back to the top of the order in Jacob Glavis. Reed to the plate. Fouled off at the plate. The count 0-1 on Glavis. We appreciate our viewers taking the time to tune in either on the county channel or at BeaufortCountySC.gov. Reed's pitch is in the strike zone, and the count's 0-2. Runner leads off first. Reed comes set. The 0-2 pitch is in the dirt all the way to the screen. A very wild pitch. And Bailey Boole takes second. So a runner now in scoring position for Midland. And it's a 1 ball and 2 strike count to Jacob Glavis. And the pitch on the way is hit in the hole. Off the shortstop's glove, it trickles into left field. They're going to send the runner around third. Booles is going to score. And all the way around to third base goes Jacob Glavis. Midland regains the lead. It's 2-1. How we scoring? So Midland reclaims the lead, 2-1. Bailey Boole comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Glavis. He goes to third on the throw, and now Noah Pegues, the batter. And he pops it up on the infield, and it's caught, and a good play by Troy Reed, the pitcher, and Midland turned away in the top of the second, but not before they retake the lead. And that sends us to the bottom of the second. With Midland on top 2-1, you're watching the Dixie Junior Boys live on the Beaufort County Channel. We'll be right back. Moncks Corner comes to bat in the bottom of the second, now down by a run.
Leading off for Moncks Corner, number 12,
And David LaSalle will lead off. And he fouls it back to the screen. No balls and one strike to David LaSalle, the first baseman for Moncks Corner, who lists steak as his favorite food, The Sandlot as his favorite movie, the Boston Red Sox as his favorite team, David Ortiz his favorite player, and that's a strike, and the count's 0-2. Going Bad as his favorite song or band. He also likes to play soccer. His hobbies are fishing, hunting, and baseball, and he wants to be a pro ball player when he grows up. 0-2 pitch on the way, skips away from the catcher for a ball. The count's 1-2. Jacob Glabus still on the mound for Midland. LaSalle waves the bat back and forth, and he awaits the 1-2 pitch, and he rips that just foul past first. And the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Glabus again ready, the 1-2 pitch on the way. Again skips up there, and that evens the count 2-2. There's a tapper, foul up toward first. The count stays 2-2. Moncks Corner is coached by Matt Edens, Kevin Driggers, and Chris Allen. LaSalle awaits the 2-2 pitch, and he takes it on the inside corner for call strike 3. That's 1 up and 1 down as LaSalle strikes out. And bases empty and 1 out. Will bring up Nicholas Dean. 2-1 Midland with the lead. Moncks Corner with the bases empty and 1 out in the bottom of the second. And ball 1 the count to Nicholas Dean. One 0 pitch. Hit foul, left side. And the count's even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dean awaits the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Ooh, on the inside corner. That looked to be inside. Called a strike, and the count's 1-2. But in fairness, I can't see home plate from here, so that very well could have caught the inside corner. So the 1-2 pitch on the way, skips by the catcher, and that evens the count 2-2. Tanner's got to come over here. I can't do 3 o'clock game. I'm a semi-something. The count's 3-2 now to Nicholas Dean. And there's ball 4. So Nicholas Dean coaxes a walk out of Jacob Glabus, and he becomes the runner at first. With 1 out, back to the top of the order we go, and Gavin Edens. Gavin Edens choosing to go sleeveless on his jersey. And he swings and misses, and he's down a strike. No balls, one strike to Gavin Edens. Long look in by Jacob Glabus. Now he gets the sign he wants, and the pitch to the plate is fouled off. And the count 0-2. Glabus again ready. Pitch on the way with the runner going, is inside for a ball. The throw to second is on the third base side of second. And that allows the runner to sneak into second base. That was probably a little closer than it should have been even. But it's a stolen base for Nicholas Dean. He now stands at second with a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Edens. The pitch on the way is swung on and missed for strike 3. Edens goes down swinging. That's 2 outs, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Troy Reed. Glabus nods to the catcher and brings it home, and it's a check swing strike for Reed, 0-1. Not sure if that was a check swing by Reed and he dropped the bat. I'm not sure if he got a cramp or what happened. But it's a no ball, 1-strike count. With a runner on second, 2 down here in the bottom of inning 2. Midland's out in front, 2-1. Another check swing and the ball gets away. Dean streaks over to third. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Troy Reed. One pitch on the way again, skips up there. 2-1 the count. Glabus comes set, looks the runner back to third, comes home, and it's a big swing and a miss to even the count, 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Here it is. It's hit out towards short, fielded on a hop by the shortstop. Throw to first is in time, and that is the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Moncks corner kept off the scoreboard, and that takes us to the top of the 3rd at the Leo Vanoni Memorial Field. Field 3 here at Oscar Frazier Park, with Midland leading Moncks corner 2-1 in this elimination game at the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament, which you're watching live right here on the Beaufort County Channel. We'll be right back. Dylan Law now on the mound for Moncks Corner, so a pitching change as Midland comes to bat in the top of the third. Midland with a 2-1 lead over Moncks Corner in this elimination game. Addison Keegler leads off for Midland, and he fouls the first pitch back for strike one.
And batting for Midland, number 5, Addison Keegler.
And there's a ball outside that'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Law delivers, and that's ripped into left field. That's a solid leadoff single for Addison Keegler, and a good start for Midland here in the top of the third. So leadoff man aboard for Midland. That'll bring up Kane Williams. Keegler leads off first, and Williams takes a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Law again ready. Outside corner for a called strike. Counts 1-1. Law again ready. The pitch to the plate, fouled back to the screen, and the count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kane Williams. Keegler leads off first. Pitch to the plate's way outside. And the count's now 2-2. That is hit back through the middle, fielded right near the bag. The flip to second's dropped, and everybody is going to be safe. Moncks Corner had to race to make that play, and they couldn't quite come up with it. So, 2 runners on now for Midland. That'll bring up Shane Hanna. And Hanna swings and fouls it at the plate. No balls and a strike. And for the moment, Moncks Corner is catcherless. Not exactly sure what the delay is here. Could be an injury. It could be that Leonard Huxford got a little too hot behind the plate. All that gear on a hot, humid day. That could be what's going on. Not sure. Still not sure what's going on here. The entire infield except for LaSalle at first for Moncks Corner went back to the dugout. And now we got some players coming back out on the field. Not sure what the delay is about. Looks like we've got a new catcher for Moncks Corner, and it looks like it's McCrae Driggers. So something happened with Leonard Huxford. We're not sure what. Could be an injury, could be the heat. If we can find out, we'll let you know. But a new catcher behind the plate, and it's McCrae Driggers. Dylan Law will throw him a couple of pitches. Five for nine? So check the catcher. It's actually Randy Hill. Hard to see the uniform number with the catching gears. So Randy Hill takes over behind the plate. Midland with runners at first and second. And there's a foul back to the screen by Shane Hanna. That counts no balls and 2 strikes. 2-1, Midland has the lead. And they are trying to pad this lead. They've got runners on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the third. And there's a hit back up through the middle into center field, a base hit. They're going to send the runner from third. The throw home, and it's going to be fairly close, but the third run of the afternoon now scores for Midland, and they take a 3-1 lead. Addison Keegler comes in to score the third run. Runners still at first and second with a run in for Midland. And Trey Neal will be the batter for Midland. Runners lead off first and second. The pitch is hit in the hole between short and third into left field, a base hit. The runners are going to be held, so the bases and the snap throw to thirds not in time. Bases are going to be loaded for Midland with nobody out.
Now batting number 10, Cale Brock.
Cale Brock now the batter, and trouble for Moncks Corner. They trail 3-1. Midland with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the third. Runners get their leads on first, second, and third. The pitch to the plate is hit back through the middle, fielded by the shortstop, who steps on the bag for one and fires onto first in time. That is a huge double play for Moncks Corner. Runner holds. Did the run come in or not? Run comes in. One run comes in. It's a 4-1 lead for Midland. Runner now at third with 2 outs on a huge double play turned by Moncks Corner. John David Livingston now the batter for Midland. So it's a 4-1 game. Midland with the lead as Livingston swings and misses for strike 1. Ball is in the dirt, gets away, and that is going to allow the run from third to come in and score. It's now 5-1. Wild pitch allows Shane Hanna to race home from third. Midland now has a 4-run lead. Randy Hill couldn't find that ball. It got away from him, and he was confused just long enough for Hanna to race home with the 5th run. So that clears the bases. The count's 1-1 strike. To Livingston, and a swing and a miss. Livingston's down now 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's hit out towards second, fielded by the second baseman. High throw and a wide throw on to first. Livingston will be safe at first. That'll be an error on the throw from the second baseman.
Now batting, number 13, Mason Simmons.
Mason Simmons now the batter for Midland. Five to 1, Midland with the lead. That's hit out towards short. The throw to first is going to be close, but it's going to be in time, and that will end the top of the third. But Midland increases their lead to 4 runs, and we go to the bottom of the third. Moncks Corner with some catching up to do. They trail by 4. It's 5-1 Midland. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third on the Beaufort County Channel. We head to the bottom of the third. Midland has opened up a 4-run lead. They lead 5-1.
Leading off for Moncks Corner, number 6, McCray.
And it'll be McCray Driggers leading off for Moncks Corner. And he fouls the first pitch back to the screen. No balls, 1 strike. It is a gorgeous Sunday afternoon for baseball here in Bluffton, South Carolina. Puffy white clouds overhead. Gentle breeze blows. It's a hot day, humid day. And these young men playing their hearts out, as that's a hit batsman and not the way Midland wants to start with a 4-run lead, as McCray Driggers goes down to first base. And that'll bring up Randy Hill. Runner leads off first. Pitch is high and tight and toward the helmet. Snap throw to first. Good stop by the first baseman. Kept that ball from going down the right field line. Randy Hill, the batter for Moncks Corner. 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and the count's 1-1. One pitch on the way. That is again behind the batter, and the count's now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Hill. And that's hit out toward right. Right fielder started out, now comes in and plays it on a hop. That got down in front of him. The throw to second is high and gets away. And everybody's going to be safe. So a little shaky defense from Midland. And Moncks Corner
Now batting number 10, Shane Rush.
has runners on first and second with nobody out. And Shane Rush will be the batter. Rush waits, and the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. Runners lead off first and second. 0-1 pitch on the way to Rush. Inside. And the count now 1-1. One pitch on the way. Gets away from the catcher. Runners are going to move up to second and third. So a base hit here could pull Moncks Corner to back within 2. And it's a 2 ball and 1 strike count to Shane Rush. Hit out towards short. The long throw across to first. Dug out by the first baseman, but it gets away. A run's going to score. Two runs are in for Moncks Corner on that. Well, hold on here. What are they? So 2 runs are going to score on that errant throw. It is a 5-3 game, and Moncks Corner with a runner down at second with 2 runs in. Dylan Law now the batter. And it gets away from the catcher again, and over to third goes the runner. Glad is still pitching. That is Glad. Glabus into the wind, and the pitch on the way, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Law. 2 runs in here for Moncks Corner. And they only trail by 2 runs at this point. The 4th run of the game down at third base. Law waits the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. And he fouls it off at the plate. The count stays 0-2. 0-2 pitch on the way. Hit foul up past third. Count stays 0-2. Glabus again ready. Pitch on the way. Is in the dirt again, and the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dylan Law. Tapped foul again toward third. The count stays 1-2. Glabus again ready. The pitch to the plate's in the dirt. And the count evens up 2-2. Glabus looks in. 2-2 pitch on the way. That's ripped into left field. A base hit. It's a 1-run game. In to score Shane Rush. It's an RBI single for Dylan Law, and it's back to just a 1-run game. Midland leads 5-4. Reed Driggers will be the batter, and a pitching change for Midland. And while we have a second, we want to remind all of our viewers that these games, both viewed on the Beaufort County channel and at BeaufortCountySC.gov, are completely free. You can tune in anytime. You can even watch archived games for free at BeaufortCountySC.gov. There are DVDs for sale, but that's the only thing you have to buy. Everything else, live on cable and on BeaufortCountySC.gov, totally free. So there will not be a pitching change. Glabus stays on the hill for Midland. Reed Driggers, the batter, he takes high, ball 1. 5-4 game. Moncks Corner with 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. Dylan Law leads off first. The pitch is hit foul down the left field line. And the count's now 1-1. One pitch on the way with Dylan Law leading off first to the plates on the outside corner for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Reed Driggers' favorite food is shrimp Alfredo. He likes the Atlanta Braves and Ronald Acuna Jr., and he wants to be an orthodontist when he grows up. And he awaits the 1-2 pitch from Jacob Glabus with Dylan Law leading off first. Law runs. The pitch is smacked high and deep to left field. That's going to get foul. Well hit and hit a long way, but it's a foul ball, and the count stays 1-2. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Moncks Corner has scored 3 times. They've closed the gap to just 1 run. Dylan Law is the runner at first, and it's a 1-2 strike count to Reed Driggers. Glabus ready, and the pitch is hit out slowly toward short. Took a bad hop. The throw to first going to be close and called safe, and now the runner from second breaks for third as the ball gets away, and both runners are going to move up. Base hit and an error.
Number 12, David LaSalle.
And Moncks corner with runners at second and third, still nobody out. And David LaSalle, the batter. That took a bad hop on Noah Pegues out at short. He had to rush his throw. The throw skipped away, and that allowed the runners to move up to second and third. So now Moncks corner can take the lead. That pitch is behind LaSalle, and it's a 1-ball, no strike count. One ball, no strikes to David LaSalle. The runners get their leads off second and third. Glavis gets his sign. And the pitch to the plate is fouled off. And the count's even 1-1. LaSalle waves the bat back and forth in the left-handed batter's box. He awaits the 1-1 pitch from Jacob Glavis. Here it is. Big swing and a miss, and the count's 1-2. One ball, two strikes, nobody out. In the bottom of the third, 3 runs in for Moncks corner. That's hit to the first baseman, who steps on the bag. And it is a tie game as the run from third comes in to score for Moncks corner. We are all tied 5-5. Dylan Law comes in from third to tie it up, and that's just the first out in the bottom of the third. So give LaSalle an RBI on the ground out, and that brings us all back to square, 5-5. And that's hit to third and off the third baseman's mitt, and Moncks corner is going to have the lead. That'll be an E5. That allows the 6th run of the game to cross for Moncks corner. They've scored 5 times here in the bottom of the third. They take a 6-5 lead. Still just the 1 out. Gavin Edens now the batter. That was Nicholas Dean. Who reached first base on that play. And Gavin Edens stands in. 6-5. Moncks corners battled back to take the lead. Glavis with a look in. The pitch is a strike. What little bit of shade there was as the sun was behind a cloud is no more, and the midday sun beating down on the field and these players. July 21st, and it's hot and it's humid. And the count 0-2 to Gavin Edens. Both coaches have to make sure and be sure their players are well hydrated, as it is hot. Oh, 2 pitches outside, 1-2 the count. Dean leads off first. 1-2 pitch on the way to the plate. Now Dean breaks for second. The throw down there, close play, but in there safely. That was a very nice tag attempt by Noah Pegues, the shortstop, who tried to make the slap swipe tag of Nicholas Dean as Dean made his way to second base, but Pegues just a little bit late. And now Dean stands in scoring position. It's a 2-2 count to Gavin Edens. The pitch to the plate is hit out to first, knocked down by the first baseman. It's a foot race, and Edens wins it. Nobody covered first after the first baseman knocked it down. That'll be an infield single for Edens. Runners first and third now for Moncks corner. Still just the 1 out, and Troy Reed, who started the game as the pitcher for Moncks corner, now the batter. Glabus has been out there a long time today in the hot sun, and he pitches to Reed, who hits it foul over third. No balls, 1 strike to count. 6-5 Moncks Corner with the lead. They came into the bottom of the third down 5-1. Runner again breaks from first, and he'll get into second without a throw. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Moncks Corner. It's a 1-ball, 1 strike count to Troy Reed. One pitch on the way. That's popped up a mile high and foul into the woods behind the dugout, and the count's now 1-2. Runners get their leads off second and third. The 1-2 pitch on the way is in the dirt and gets away. And the count even now, 2-2 on Troy Reed. And the pitch is again hit high and far and foul. Left field side, the count stays 2-2. It's been a very long bottom of the third for Midland. You tell them. You can't make them say that is our ball game. The umpires unfortunately walked off to it, didn't let the team know that the game was over. 2-2 count becomes a 3-2 count as the 2-2 pitch misses. 3-2 pitch on the way with the runners leading off second and third. It's again yanked foul. How many pitches does Glabus have? Glabus is at 91 pitches. And a bunch of those have come here in the bottom of the third. 39 pitches alone here in the bottom of the third. That's a lot of pitches on a hot, humid day. So pitch number 92 will be forthcoming from Jacob Glabus. Runners lead off second and third. 3-2 pitch on the way is on the outside corner for call, strike 3. Troy Reed not sure about the call, but he'll go back to the dugout. That's the second out in the bottom of the third. And that'll bring up McCray Driggers. So 2 outs. Now on the bottom of the third, McCray Driggers stands in. And he takes ball 1 outside in the dirt. The runners hold at second and third, and 1 ball the count. Pitch number 95 from Jacob Glabus on the way, instead to third. Again, there's a 105 pitch limit, so Glabus is already going to be out for at least a mandated 40-hour rest. And the pitch to the plate is hit on the ground to third, across to first. It's a high throw, but the first baseman keeps his foot on the bag. And the bottom of the third finally comes to a close, but a good bottom of the third from Moncks Corner. They entered the frame trailing 5-1. They leave it leading 6-5. And we go to the top of the fourth. Moncks Corner on top of Midland 6-5. You are watching the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament live on the Beaufort County Channel. We'll be right back. So Jacob Glabus, the pitcher for Midland, who's thrown 90 some odd pitches, leads off at bat. In the top of the fourth inning, Midland now down by 1, 6-5. Moncks Corner the score. Dylan Law is on the mound still for Moncks Corner, and he'll try to protect this one-run lead. These are 7-inning ball games. So still a long way to go in this. 6-5 Moncks Corner with the lead. And some substitutions being reported by Moncks Corner. So now we're ready to go. As Glabus stands in, Midland trying to get back in the ball game. Now trailing by 1. The pitch on the way by Law is hit to third. Funny hop, knocked down by the third baseman across to first, and it pulled the first baseman off the bag. A good play by the third baseman and a good catch over at first, but the throw just pulls the first baseman off the bag, and safe at first is Jacob Glabus. So Midland with the tying run immediately on base with nobody out. And Noah Pegues the batter. Seems like every game we broadcast here on the County Channel has been a close, evenly contested, really good baseball game. And we have another one here this afternoon. 6-5, Moncks Corner just retook the lead in the bottom of the third. Now Midland gets their leadoff man on the top of the fourth. And this back and forth topsy-turvy game continues. All the way to the screen, and now the tying run in scoring position for Midland. Special awards go out to the catchers on both teams. It is a hard enough position to be a catcher when you got to bounce out of your crouch and go after balls every couple of pitches. It's hard. These guys have done a good job. Pegues stands in. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. Glabus, the runner, at second. 2-0 pitch on the way. Way inside. And the count now 3-0. Steve, you done for the day? I am too after this game. Oh. Have fun, bud. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. To Noah Pegues. The pitch on the way is behind Pegues for ball 4. So he'll go down to first with a walk. Midland with runners at first and second with nobody out, and that'll bring up Addison Kegler.
Now batting, number 5, Addison Kegler.
Law will be finished for the afternoon for Moncks Corner. Who is going to replace him on the mound? Let's see. Looks like it's going to be Gavin Edens. And I know that because Gavin's the only player without sleeves. So Edens takes over on the mound. Midland with runners at first and second, nobody out.
Dylan Law finishes with 24 pitches. I got you, Coach.
Edens finishes his warm-up tosses, and he's ready to go to work. Addison Kegler will be the first man Edens faces, and Kegler digs in. Runners get their leads off first and second. The pitch to the plate, it's a big swing and a miss. And I mean a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Kegler was going for broke on that swing, but he's down a strike. Edens' pitch popped up. Going to sneak out into center field. Everybody chasing it, and it's put away by the second baseman. Good play. And that's the first out in the top of the fourth. Runners stay at first and second. There's now one out, and Kane Williams will be the batter.
Now batting number 23, Kane Williams.
Williams, a left-handed batter, and he waits the pitch from Edens, and he swings and misses for strike one. 0-1 pitch on the way. Something off speed, had Williams out in front, and he's down 2 strikes. Edens works quickly. The 0-2 pitch misses for ball 1. I'm about to announce that Matt Watts is going to be taken over in the bottom of the 4th. Because I'm out. I'm fine. I'll get through this game. I got to leave. This is the game that does it. Yes, it goes on and on. Pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a called third strike, and Gavin Edens comes in and gets the first 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th, runners still at first and second.
At the plate, number 7, Shane.
And now it's Shane Hanna. And Edens is a lightning quick worker. Soon as he gets the ball, he's ready to throw it. And the pitch is ripped towards short, fielded by the shortstop, on to second in time, and a great job by Gavin Edens to come in and put out the fire from Moncks Corner. Midland's turned away here in the top of the 4th. Moncks Corner comes to bat in the bottom of the 4th. They're still up by 1. It's 6-5. You're watching the Dixie Junior Boys live right here on the County Channel. Shane Hanna takes over on the mound for Midland as Moncks Corner comes to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Leonard Huxford leads off for Moncks Corner. Big swing and a foul. The count's 0-1. These are 7-inning games, so we got a long way to go yet. No 1 pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch stays high and outside. 1-1 the count. One pitch on the way is inside, and the count goes to 2-1. 6-5, Moncks Corner with the lead. They trailed at one point 5-1. Off-speed pitch stays inside, and that runs it to 3-1. 3-1 pitch, nowhere near, ball 4, and that's a leadoff walk for Leonard Huxford and for Moncks Corner.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Lloyd.
Jacob Lloyd now the batter for Moncks Corner. And a runner at first for Huxford. I can't see the uniform number to say who. Looks like it might be Randy Hill running at first. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. To Jacob Lloyd. And now 2-0. Shane Hanna is on in relief of Jacob Glabus, who threw 96 or 97 pitches for Midland. And Hanna falls behind Lloyd 3-0. Hanna again gets his sign. 3-0 pitch on the way. That finds the corner, and the count's now 3-1. Throw to first, skips away from the first baseman, but not far enough for the runner to advance.
We do have a courtesy runner on first, Randy Hill, number 5.
Hanna comes set and gives the runner a glance back to first. And the 3-1 pitch to the plate stays inside, and it's ball 4 to Jacob Lloyd. So runners first and second with nobody out for Moncks Corner.
Now batting number 1, Dylan Law.
That'll bring up Dylan Law. Law ready. And the pitch all the way to the screen. That'll move the runners up to second and third. So 2 insurance runs now in scoring position for Moncks Corner, and it's a 1 ball, no strike count to Dylan Law. You're watching live action from the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament. I'm Jody Vermilia. Thanks for tuning in to the Beaufort County Channel this afternoon. That's hit out toward third, fielded by the third baseman who's coming home. It's a high throw and safe at the plate with the 6th run of the afternoon. is Randy Hill. 7-5, Moncks Corner now with the lead. Runners now first and third for Moncks Corner with a run in. Reed Driggers, the batter for Moncks Corner. Looking for the old 8-run homer. Runners lead. That was a fake to third, throw to first. You got to be real careful with that because that's close to a balk, and that was a balk. And that'll bring a run home. I was just going to say, before the umpire called that, that is a risky move, as you can balk very easily, and that's exactly what Hannah did. It's an 8-5 lead now for Moncks Corner. And Jerry Brock, the coach for Midland, is going to come out and discuss this with the umpire. And the umpire motions to show Brock exactly what Shane Hanna did there. So it's an 8-5 lead for Moncks Corner with a runner at second. There's still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Reed Driggers is going to be the batter once play resumes. While we've got just a second, let's thank some of our sponsors, without whom this tournament would not be possible. Sponsors like Outback Steakhouse, Jimmy John's Subs, Local Pie, Station 300, Wendy's, and Locosports.com. Your online source for sports news in the Lowcountry, that's Locosports.com. Thank you to one and all of our wonderful sponsors. And play will now resume. The 8th run of the plate being balked in by Midland. Runner down at second, still nobody out. And it's a no ball and 1 strike count to Reed Driggers. The 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. O2 pitch on the way. Inside. Oh, I thought that hit him. It didn't hit him. Ball 1 to Reed Driggers. One ball, 2 strikes to Reed Driggers. And the pitch on the way, that's inside again. And the count's even now, 2-2. Shane Hanna with a long look in. He gets his sign. Runner gets his lead off second. And the pitch is all the way to the screen, and the runner from second will now become the runner on third. And it's a 3-ball and 2 strike count to Reed Driggers. This is an elimination game, so whoever wins this game will move on. Whoever comes up short will unfortunately be sent home. 3-2 pitch on the way. Driggers swung at ball 4, and he strikes out. And that's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner still at third.
Now batting, number 4, Reese Allen.
Reese Allen will now be the batter for Moncks Corner. And another balk. Is that really what he called? Looks like another balk on Shane Hanna. That'll bring the runner in from third. It's now 9-5. So a rough half inning for Shane Hanna. Couple of balks equal a couple of runs for Moncks Corner, and it's a 4-run lead. 0-1 pitch is toward the helmet of Reese Allen. And the count's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Hannah comes set. 1-1 pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. And perhaps a generous call on the outside corner for a strike. The count's even now 2-2. And now high and outside, 3-2. The bases are now empty. There is 1 out. Moncks Corner leads 9-5. And there's ball 4 to Reese Allen, another base runner for Moncks Corner. And Nicholas Dean will be the batter.
Number 2, Nicholas Dean.
And out pops Midland's coach. Meeting on the mound over. Hannah still on the mound. Runner at first, 1 out for Moncks Corner. And that gets away, and down to second goes Reese Allen. Nicholas Dean stands in, and he's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Runner now at second, 1-0 pitch on the way. Into the dirt again, and the count's 2-0. Off-speed pitch stays inside, and the count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4. It's a walk to Nicholas Dean, and that'll put runners now on first and second with just the 1 out. And Gavin Edens, who's now on the mound for Moncks Corner, will be the batter. It's 9-5, Moncks Corner with the lead, and they're trying to get some more insurance. Here in the bottom of just the 4th inning, this game almost 2 hours old. And there's ball 1 to Gavin Edens. The sun mercifully goes behind a cloud as the pitch is ripped toward short, fielded on the short hop over to third for the force out. Good heads-up play there by Midland. They force out the leading runner. That's the 2nd out in the inning. Runners will be at first and second for Moncks Corner. And Troy Reed will be the batter. Noah Pegues, the shortstop for Midland's a good athlete, and he has good instincts. And that was a heads-up play to cut down the leading runner over at third. So now Troy Reed with the runners going. The pitch, does it hit him? I think it did hit him. Hit by pitch for Troy Reed. He goes down to first, and that'll load the bases. And McCrae Driggers is going to be the batter.
Now batting, number 6, McCrae Driggers.
So McCrae Driggers bats with the bases loaded, 2 outs. And Moncks Corner up by 4. Hanna gets his side, and the pitch on the way. Hits McCrae Driggers, and that'll force in the 10th run of the game for Moncks Corner. It's an RBI, a painful RBI for McCrae Driggers. And it's a 5-run lead for Moncks Corner. Bases remain loaded. Midland's coach pops out of the dugout, and that may be the end of the afternoon for Shane Hanna. Shane Hanna heads over towards second base. Looks like Cale Brock, who throws like Rob Dibble used to throw. Remember Rob Dibble was part of the Nasty Boys in the Cincinnati Reds? Randy Myers, Rob Dibble. Who was the third? There were 3 of them. They were the Nasty Boys for the Reds back in the 90s. So Cale Brock takes over for Shane Hanna.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Midland, number 10, Cale Brock. Final pitch count for Shane Hanna, 32 pitches.
And yes, when I reference Major League Baseball 25, 26 years ago, I'm telegraphing my age. I admit it. 90s were a good decade, especially for a Braves fan like I was and still am. A lot of heartbreak in the 90s, but man, when they won the World Series in 95, none of that mattered. Now if they could just find a closer and maybe a starting pitcher or 2. I remember that. I had braces too, but it was in the late 80s when I had them. I was 15. Yep. You young man, you. So bases loaded for Moncks Corner, 10-5 lead. Leonard Huxford, the batter. Cale Brock now on the mound for Midland. And a 1-ball, no-strike count. The 1-0 pitch on the way. High and tight, ball 2. Brock looks the runners back and brings it to the plate, and it's fouled back to the screen, and the count's 2-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A run in for Moncks Corner in the bottom of the 4th. They lead by 5. Cale Brock comes set, brings it to the plate. It's outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Leonard Huxford. The 3-1 pitch is popped up a mile high and a very short center field. The center fielder comes on. He has it, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 4th. Moncks Corner adds an insurance run, and we go to the top of the 5th with Moncks Corner leading Midland 10-5. You're watching the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament live right here on the County Channel. We'll be right back. We go to the top of the fifth, and the first pitch is lined into left field. It's going to be a leadoff single for Trey Neal in Midland in the top of the fifth. That's the first hit given up by Gavin Edens. And Midland with their leadoff man aboard with nobody out for Cale Brock, who just took over in the mound. That's hit to left field. Guys, let me get my breath. I'm old. And that's the first out here in the top of the fifth. So runner stays at first with one out. And that'll bring up John David Livingston.
Now batting number 9, John David Livingston.
10-5, Moncks Corner has the lead. At one point in this game, Moncks Corner trailed 5-1. Runner goes to second, throw down there. Close, but in there safely is Trey Neal. At one point, Moncks Corner trailed this game 5-1. They have since put up 9 unanswered runs, and they lead 10-5. And it's now 3 balls and no strikes to John David Livingston. Edens, as we mentioned, a quick worker. Runner breaks from second. The pitch is in there for a strike. 3-1 the count, and now the runner, Trey Neal, is on at third base with one out, excuse me. And Edens pitches in there for a strike, 3-2 the count. He pitches so fast I can't keep up with who's doing what on the field. And he's ready to go again. 3-2 pitch on the way. Is swung on and missed, strike 3. If I were Midland's coach, I'd say step out a time or two on this young man and try to disrupt his rhythm. He gets into the zone, and he throws it as soon as he gets it. And he's already ready, and I can't even tell who's batting. Mason Simmons fouls it off for strike 1. Runner at third with 2 outs in the top of the fifth, and Moncks Corner up 10-5. Gavin Edens is ready to go. And the pitch is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's ready to go again. Takes absolutely no time. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count's 1-2. And he's ready to go again. As soon as he gets that ball, he is ready to fire. The 1-2 pitch is behind the batter, and the count's now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Mason Simmons. With Trey Neal, the runner, at third and 2 outs. In the top of the fifth, the 10-5 Moncks Corner lead. The count's now full, 3-2 on Mason Simmons. And the 3-2 pitch on the way plunks Simmons right on the hip, and that hurts. He goes down, and that hurts. Edens is throwing hard out there on the mound, and that, I'm sure, stung. So, hit by a pitch, Mason Simmons goes down to first. Did a run come in? No. Runner remains at third, so runners first and third for Midland.
Now batting number 8, Jacob Glavis.
And now Jacob Glavis, the batter. Glavis started the game on the mound for Midland, threw about 95 pitches. And he takes a strike from Gavin Edens. Edens would appear to have pretty good velocity on his pitches. And the lightning quick worker unleashes a ball high and tight, and the count's even 1-1 to Jacob Glavis. Edens ready to go, rocks and fires, high and tight for ball 2, 2-1. And he's ready to go again with the 2-1 pitch. That's fouled right back to the screen. Good cut. by Glabus, but he fouls it back to the screen, and the count's even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning, 10-5, Moncks Corner with the lead. Pitch on the way. Misses outside, throw down to second. There'll be no throw. And runners now second and third for Midland. It's a 3-2 count to Jacob Glabus. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Gavin Edens, who is one of the fastest workers I've ever seen on the mound, gets through the 5th inning. What inning's coming up? So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The score remains 10-5, Moncks Corner. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th live on the County Channel. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 10-5, Moncks Corner with the lead. Jacob Lloyd leads off for Moncks Corner. He faces Cale Brock, who's on the mound for Midland.
Jacob Lloyd.
Brock ready with the 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner, a good pitch. No balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Lloyd. 0-2 pitch on the way. Hit off the handle out towards short. Shortstop can't find the ball. And I'm assuming that'll be an E6. I could be wrong. Official score. We'll give an error to the shortstop, and the first man reaches via the E6. That pitch is hit again out toward short, knocked down by the pitcher who slowed it down, and as a result, there'll be no play on the field. Instinct is what makes you try to reach for that as a pitcher, but that actually slowed that ball down and prevented the shortstop from being able to make the play. So the first two men reached for Moncks Corner with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. And that'll bring up Reed Driggers. That was Dylan Law who reached us with that hit. Now it's Reed Driggers with runners first and second, nobody out. And Driggers takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. 10-5 Moncks Corner. And they're trying to get some insurance here in the bottom of the fifth. Runners lead off first and second. Pitch on the way to the plates, way outside. And the count's even, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch on the way is cut on and missed, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Reed Driggers. One-two pitch is hit out towards second, knocked down by the second baseman from his seat. He would have thrown to first, but he has no play. Moncks Corner not hitting the ball hard, but they're hitting him in perfect spots, and they have the bases loaded with nobody out.
Now batting number 4, Reese.
And Reese Allen will be the batter. So some trouble brewing here from Midland. Bases loaded, nobody out from Moncks Corner. Reese Allen awaits the pitch, and he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Cale Brock again gets his sign. Runners get their lead. And there's a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. The bases are full of Moncks Corner All-Stars. There's nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. 0-2 pitch on the way is all the way to the screen, as looks like Brock was off balance when he threw that. So the count's 1-2. And the pitch is hit out again towards second. That's going to get a run home. As the out recorded at first, it's an 11-5 lead for Moncks Corner. Jacob Lloyd comes in, touches home plate for the 11th time for Moncks Corner here in this game. And they now lead by 6. Runners now second and third with 1 out. And no balls, 1 strike, the count to Nicholas Dean. Runners get their leads on second and third. The pitch on the way, off-speed pitch stays high, and the count's 1-1. And now 2-1 the count. Throw over toward third.
Now batting number 7, Drake Hutto.
2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. And the count goes to 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way, high and tight and over the head of Nicholas Dean, and that fills the count 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way again, high and tight, and that's ball 4. Bases are going to be reloaded for Moncks Corner with 1 out. And that'll bring up Gavin Edens.
Number 3, Gavin Edens.
Let's see if he swings as fast as he pitches. Bases loaded, 1 out. Edens digs in. And the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Foul tipped for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way is hit out sharply toward short, again to third for the force, and across to first is wide. Another run in for Moncks Corner. It's 12-5 on the force play. So it's a 7-run lead for Moncks Corner here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up Troy Reed. Runners now first and second for Moncks Corner. And that's hit out towards second. Going to sneak. No, it's not. It's going to be knocked down by the second baseman, but he has no play. I thought that ball was going to end up in right field, but knocked down by the second baseman. An infield single for Troy Reed reloads the bases.
Now batting number 6, McCray Driggers.
And now McCray Driggers. And we're in a situation where if McCray Driggers can clear these bases, because of the 10-run rule, that would end the ball game, as Moncks Corner is the home team. Pitch gets away, but not far enough for the runners to advance. 1 ball, no strikes to McCray Driggers. Runners get their leads off first, second, and third. The pitch on the way is swung on and missed, and the count's even 1-1. One pitch is in the dirt all the way to the screen. The runner breaks from third, and he's going to make it. And it's 13-5. And the count goes to 2-1 on McCray Driggers. Now a base hit could potentially end the ball game. This is an elimination game, so whoever wins moves on. Whoever comes up short will go home. You hate to see any of these teams go back home. They all play their hearts out as that pitch is hit foul over toward the right field side now to play, and the count's 2-2. These young men represent themselves, their teams, their families, and their counties and towns very well. And each and every one of these teams is to be congratulated. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fouled again to the screen. The count stays 2-2. Moncks Corner up by 8 as they bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, and a 2-2 count. Forthcoming to McCray Driggers, who swings and misses, and that will end the inning for Moncks Corner. but they increase the lead to 8 runs. That takes us to the top of the 6th here at Oscar Frazier Park with the score 13-5. Moncks Corner has the lead, and we'll be right back on the County Channel. Noah Pegues is going to lead off from Midland here in the top of the 6th. They trail by 8 in this game. It's 13-5 Moncks Corner. And the young man I will refer to as Grease Lightning, still on the mound for Moncks Corner, Gavin Edens. And his first pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Pegues. And there's a swing and a foul, and the count's even now, 1-1. This game is coming up on 2.5 hours old, and we are in the top of the 6th inning. Pitch on the way, off speed pitch is a good pitch on the outside corner, and the count 1-2. Pegues ready, 1-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. They'll have to throw him out, and they do that for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. We're going to have more Dixie Junior Boys and Dixie Boys tournament action for you tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then culminating in the champions of both divisions crowned on Thursday. We'll have all the action for you right here on the Beaufort County Channel, and also streamed live at BeaufortCountySC.gov. Pitch is popped up into the outfield. Everybody chasing it. The left fielder comes in, dives, can't get it. The ball falls in. And that is going to be a double all the way, I think. And now the runner breaks for third, and he's going to be a dead duck.
He's looking for help. That's an out. No, it's out.
What's the call?
The home plate umpire wasn't watching. He was not watching.
So we're waiting on the call.
That's an out.
He looked to be out from up here, but there was no call made by either umpire. The home plate umpire, I don't think, was even looking at third.
That's an out.
And we're waiting on the ruling, and he's called safe. And Moncks Corner can't believe it. So that is a 1 out. What do you call that? A 1 out.
Now batting number 23, Kane Williams.
Runner on third, 1 out. We'll call it that for now as we're waiting on the scoring. Pitch is whacked out towards short. The run's going to score. The throw to first is going to be in time for the out. It's now 13-6. That clears the bases, puts 2 outs on the board. And that'll bring up Shane Hanna. Eden's into the wind, and the pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. High and tight, ball 1, 1-1 the count. One pitch on the way. And the count's now 2-1. That's hit out into short right field. Going to get over the second baseman's glove and fall in for a base hit. 2-out single for Shane Hanna. Keeps the inning going for Midland.
Now batting 24,
And that'll bring Ty Bennett back up to the plate. The first game of the day we brought to you live on the Beaufort County Channel featured District 3's North Augusta versus District 4's Lexington. North Augusta came out on top in that game 10-5, and Lexington was eliminated. And that seems like that happened about 2 weeks ago, as we are in the top of the 6th inning of a long game. And if it's long for us sitting up here in the air-conditioned press box, what's it got to feel like for those kids down on the field in the 95-degree heat? As the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Ty Bennett. And somewhere in between innings, Gavin Eden's acquired sleeves, as that pitch is hit into center field and caught out there in center field. A nice running catch retires the side. But Midland picks up a run, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 13-7 Moncks Corner. You're watching the Dixie Junior Boys live right here on the County Channel. We'll be right back.
quarter, number 9.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Moncks Corner up by 7. It's 13-6. I misspoke when we went to break. Last half inning said 13-7. It's a 7-run lead for Moncks Corner. The score is 13-6. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Midland. That's Ty Bennett. Leonard Huxford leads off for Moncks Corner here in the bottom of the 6th. Bennett into his wind, and the lefty fires. And it's outside, ball 1. And now I got to stand up because when he throws, he's a lefty. His left hand's right in line with the pole in the backstop, and I can't see it. So the 2-0 pitch on the way is outside, 3-0. The 3-0 pitch is in the dirt, ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk for Leonard Huxford. Not the way that Midland wants to start. If Moncks Corner can put 3 across here in the bottom of the 6th, the game will be over, as the 10-run rule would be into effect. So leadoff man aboard. Nobody out. Shane Rush, the batter. The pitch on the way is high and gets to the screen and down to second. Goes the base runner. There must have been a pinch runner because I don't think that's Leonard Huxford down at second. Maybe I'm wrong. Counts 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second now with nobody out. The pitch to the plate's high and outside. The count goes to 2-0. Runner leads off second. Ty Bennett gets his sign. The pitch to the plate is high and outside for ball 3. 3-0. Bennett gets his sign. Runner gets his lead off second. 3-0 pitch is on the way, and it's nowhere near ball 4. Back-to-back base runners for Moncks Corner with nobody out.
Now batting number 1, Dylan Law.
And that'll bring up Dylan Law. Runners first and second, nobody out. 7-run lead for Moncks Corner here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ty Bennett comes set, brings it to the plate, and that's hit out towards short and over short into left field. Moncks Corner is going to send the runner, and he's going to score, and it's now 14-6.
Number 7, Reed Driggers.
Reed Driggers now the batter for Moncks Corner. Runners on first and second and a run in and an 8-run lead. Ty Bennett with a long look in, gets his sign. And the pitch on the way is high and outside, ball 1. Bennett again looks in, gets his sign. Runners get their leads off first and second. 1-0 pitch will not be made as Bennett looks the runner back to second. We'll do it again. Now Bennett's ready. Looks the runners back to the plate, and it's popped up on the infield. And Bennett will take it himself over toward third base, and that's the first out in the bottom of the sixth inning. Runners remain at first and second now with one out. And Reese Allen will be the batter. One in, one out. Bottom of the sixth inning. This way, gives you your cues. This machine right here, you push that in, they can hear you, you take it out, they can't. So when you're on the air, you mute this. When you're talking to them, you push that in. I'm training the next guy for you. Pitch gets away, and runners are going to go to second and third. Throw down to third's close. And once again, Moncks Corner a base hit away from potentially ending this game, as the count goes to 1-0 on Reese Allen. Runners at second and third with one out, a 14-6 game. And the pitch to the plate is on the corner. Good pitch for a strike. The count's even 1-1. Bennett again with a long look in. Runners lead off second and third. So way too concerned with the base runners here. Bennett looks in, gets his sign. And the pitch to the plate is again on the outside corner. Good pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Reese Allen. Bennett again looks in, gets his sign, looks the runners back towards second and third, and brings it to the plate. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Reese Allen goes down swinging. That's the second out in the bottom of the sixth. Runners still at second and third. Now that'll bring up Nicholas Dean. And it's high and outside, ball 1. Bennett into the wind. 1-0 pitch is about to be delivered. And it's high and outside. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Nicholas Dean. Bennett ready to the plate. Dean takes it on the corner. The count's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Bennett again with the sign. 2-1 pitch on the way. just misses the outside corner. That runs the count now to 3 balls and a strike. 14-6, Moncks Corner has the lead. And we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Moncks Corner has runners at second and third with 2 outs. And it's a 2-ball and 1 strike count to Nicholas Dean. Bennett looks in, gets his sign. And the pitch on the way is swung on and foul tipped at the plate. The count's even now. Check that. The count's full, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way is all the way to the screen. The run tries to score, and he is going to be out. And that will end the bottom of the 6th inning and take us to the top of the 7th. Last chance for Midland as they come to bat in the top of the 7th, down by 8. It's 14-6, Moncks Corner. You're watching the Dixie Junior Boys State Tournament live on the Beaufort County Channel. We'll be right back. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for Midland as they trail by 8 runs. Gavin Eden still on the mound for Moncks Corner, and his first pitch misses outside for ball 1. As I've mentioned several times, Edens is a lightning quick worker. And the count now goes to 2-0. 14-6 the score. With Midland batting in the top of the 7th inning. That's hit out into center field. It's a leadoff single for Midland. I'm good. Matt, I've gone this far. I'll bring it home. So leadoff man on for Midland here in the top of the 7th. They're not going to go away quietly. Braxton Lawson is the batter for Midland. And the pitch is high and outside. The count goes to 2-0. And that's a hit batsman. And Midland with the first 2 men aboard here in the top of the 7th. In a game that just does not want to end. Been a great game. And Bailey Boole will be the batter for Midland. And Boole takes it on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way. Pitch is on the outside corner, and that's the first out here in the top of the 7th. Bailey Boole down on strikes. That's 1 out. Runner still at first and second.
Now batting, number 8, Jacob.
And now back to the top of the order, and Jacob Glavis. And he rips it to third and into left field for a base hit. Runner rounds third. He's going to score. A second run's going to try to come in. He will make it as the ball gets away. And he'll make it all the way around to third. 2 runs are in. And it's now, I've lost count. What is it now? 14-8. So the game not over. Runner at third for the Midland, still just the 1 out. 14-8 the score. And that's fouled out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Noah Pegues. That's a balk on the part of the pitcher. And it's now 14-9. That clears the bases, puts the count, well, now it's fouled away, so the count's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Noah Pegues in a 14-9 ball game. 23 runs scored by these 2 teams. And behind the batter all the way to the screen. And the count's now 2-2. That pitch is hit high and deep to left field. Left fielder got a good jump on it, and he puts it away for the second out. So 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. A 5-run lead for Moncks Corner. And Addison Keegler will be the batter for Midland. And he'll try to keep the game going. Bases empty, 2 outs. 14-9 score. And he takes ball 1 outside, 1 ball, no strikes. More baseball coming your way about 30 minutes or so after the completion of this game. There'll be another game for you here on the County Channel. Matt Watts is going to bring that game to you. As the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to Addison Keegler, and now the count 2-1. And Keegler hit right on the number 5, and he flings the bat down the third baseline and goes down to first. So the game's still not over.
Now batting, number 23, Kane Williams.
And now Kane Williams, the batter for Midland. Runner at first, 2 outs, 14-9 game. Pitch on the way is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. to Kane Williams. And the count now 1-1 as the pitch is fouled back to the screen. One pitch with the runner going. The throw down to second, skips into center field. That'll be a stolen base for Addison Keegler and another runner in scoring position for Midland. 2 and 1 strike count to Kane Williams.
You may take the infield for 5 minutes. Infield, 5
minutes. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and the count's now full 3-2. The 3-2 pitch on the way is in there for strike 3, and a nearly 3-hour game comes to a close. Moncks Corner defeats Midland by a final score of 14-9. Moncks Corner will move on in the tournament. Midland, who played their hearts out, is eliminated. What a game, 14-9 the final score. So in the first game, we saw North Augusta defeat Lexington 10-5. In the second game, Moncks Corner defeats Midland 14-9. And there's still more baseball coming your way. Matt Watts will have the third game in about 30 minutes. And I'll see you tomorrow from Oscar Frazier Park here in Bluffton, South Carolina. I'm Jody Vermilia. We'll see you tomorrow. Again, the final score, Moncks Corner 14, Midland 9. See you tomorrow, folks. Until then, take good care. Goodbye, everybody.